Hi everybody, this is Pamela, and I'm just back from my walk, which is why I look a little funkier than usual. And I figured I'd go ahead and do my update. This is week 20, post-gastric bypass update. I started in November at 362. Last week I was 265, and today I weighed in at 263.5. So that was a 1.5 pound loss for this week and a total of 98.5. So I didn't quite make my 100 pounds this week, but I hope I'll do it next week. And I want to talk about that today, about losing 100 pounds and still not being anywhere near goal. You know, some people who are watching may not have had as much to lose, but for those of you who are like me, who had, you know, you're over 300 pounds, 400 pounds, it's kind of a weird feeling when you when you're able to say that you lost 100 pounds, you know, which I should be able to say in the next couple of weeks anyway. And I'm very happy, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy about it, but I was saying to my husband, you know, yeah, okay, I'm going to be down 100 pounds and I'm still going to be morbidly obese. I'm still going to be the fat lady. And, you know, it's just one of those things that you kind of have to think about. And my husband, of course, he's like, well, why are you even thinking about it like that? You're almost halfway to your goal. Think of it that way. And I said, because then, okay, when I am down 100, then I will have to lose another 112 pounds because my goal is 150. So I thought about that, and you know, it's true. You really have to change your thinking. I feel like I have changed my thinking as far as food goes, as far as exercise goes. I mean, I just came back from exercising, which I never would have done before, you know, at least not as consistently as I have been. So I thought, okay, I need to change my thinking, and I need to think about some positive things about losing 100 pounds. And I wrote down a couple of things that crossed my mind. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can read them to you. Number one is I'm almost 5 months out. April 21st will be 5 months since my gastric bypass surgery. And in those 5 months, I have literally not strayed from the rules, food-wise. I have never been able to say that. Never has it been that long that I have been able to change my eating habits. Usually it ends up being about 3 months or so. I've probably joined and quit Weight Watchers 100 times. And it always seems to be like that magical 3 months and I can't do it anymore. Or I have some sort of, you know, big blowout, and then I think, oh, I blew it, and forget it, and I'm not going to do it anymore. So 5 months, that's the longest that I've been able to stay committed so far, and you know, obviously I'm hoping that it's going to be a lifelong commitment. My BMI has gone from 60 to 43. So that's a big improvement health-wise. I am almost halfway to goal. I've had a tremendous improvement in my fitness, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. I think I'm going to do a video about why. There was a question on Facebook. I forget the exact way it was phrased, but you know, what really motivated you to have weight loss surgery? And that involves my fitness level, and I'm going to talk about that in another video. My clothes. I'm wearing clothes that I never thought I was going to be able to get into again. I talked about that in my last video, about how some clothes I'm kind of wishing that I'd be able to stay in them longer, but obviously my clothes are fitting better and looking a little better. And there's just been lots of NSVs. I was in the store the other day and I noticed that my shoe was untied. I talked about this on Facebook, I literally had a little mini panic attack because at 362 pounds, there is no way that I could bend over and tie my shoe. I would have to prop my foot up on something and bend over and, you know, hold my breath and practically pass out tying my shoe. And there was nothing for me to prop my foot on in that store, and I was thinking briefly that maybe I'll even ask the sales girl to tie my shoe, and then I thought, no, just try it. So I, you know, bent straight down and was able to tie my shoe. And that was an NSV for me. And things like that, I have to start thinking about that and not taking them for granted, and not get into that old negative way of thinking where, oh, you're not at your goal yet, you're never going to get your goal yet, you're never going to be where you want to be. That is not the way to think about things. And so as I approach my 100 pounds down, I want to take that part of the journey on and really start positive thinking. Even if it has to be, you know, something that I'm forcing right now, you know, so that eventually it'll come naturally to just think positively about things. Think about how far that I've come, you know, and everybody else they're not at their goal yet, but they have come a ways, you know. Instead of focusing on how far you have not gone, think about how far you have gone, and think about the improvements that are already in your life. So until next week, and hopefully I'll be able to say I'm 100 pounds down next week. Have a great one, everybody.